JP, what episode of House of Cards are you in?
Finished.
How?
Last Friday.
Wait. It came out on Friday, right?
That's right.
You finished it in one day?
Yes.
Like you watched during work, or did
I
you
sat the laptop right next to me. And
I mean, I know I've seen you do that, and it's a very savvy move.
College basketball team previews that you guys should all watch when they drop. 64 of them at least.
See, I'd love to have you do like a viewer comprehension test because you were working as you're watching it. I want to quiz you on the season and see what you remember.
I'll get them all right.
Confidence, folks. That's confidence.
I only got to see it once.
He's got the mind of a steel trap. I mean,
Did you finish it?
No, I
Ev did.
I don't have anything to do, and I still haven't finished it. Like I figured I would be the one to finish it before these guys, but
Do you not love it?
no, I love it
Because it's one of my favorite shows ever.
I just got to episode 4, which you guys know, and I was like, oh man, like that got good.
This season.
It was the big early moment.
Okay, this season ends a lot better than last season.
Okay.
I mean, because you could spoil it. Last season,
looking forward.
Claire tried to shake on a president. There's no way that you could first be a bop and then try to leave your husband after, you did your discretions. But this season ends in a way sexier fashion. So season 5 will be pretty lit.
Well, I think I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I got to play catch up.
Dan hasn't seen one episode since what, season 2?
Yeah, I'm in early season 2.
Well, as long as you saw
I have
episode
a very young child,
1
all
of
right?
season 2.
Yes, I saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, your son could probably learn a lot from Francis, actually.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't put it past anything.
Jaden walks in the room.
Why can't Underwood actually run for president? I'd vote for Kevin Spacey.
Did you notice that he didn't hit a single table in season 4?
Oh
that was
He doesn't
disappointing,
hit a
actually.
table one time, not once.
You'll notice, too, it takes him a long time to actually address the camera.
Oh.
No asides.
Little things.
Yeah.
Little things.
Man, these guys.
All right, I'll catch up at some point.
No, you won't.
At some point.
At some point.
Did you play The Life of Pablo yet?
The Life of Pablo.
Do you have a favorite track off the Kendrick Lamar Untitled?
I don't have it. No, Untitled 14 was good.
I made an Outcast reference.
I saw that on Spotify though. That all of them were called Untitled something, right? Yeah.
You didn't play a single track?
I skipped through some of it, but I didn't.
Guys, Dan will never ever in his life do it for the culture. And I met his wife again today for the second time ever.
We should get
and I still have no
we should
idea
get
how
that
Dan backed her.
hashtag trending. Do it for the culture.
Oh, I've been using it. If you check the timeline, I throw it up there occasionally.
You tweet a lot, so it's tough to keep up with.
Twitter
all
is
of them.
it's an outlet. It's like a live vlog through tweets.
I'm pretty sure you just tweeted as we were talking here.
I did. If you want to read it out loud for the fans that I clearly don't have.
All right, I'll pull it up right here. Didn't get a single Ask JP question for this week's Bullpen podcast. Hashtag SMDH. Everybody hates me.
Yeah, that I was actually going to bring that up. Like how the 6 listeners that we do have, none of them even want to ask us a question. Like that's
We have zero participation.
yeah, I know.
All right, well, our friend Adam Sturgeon did tweet in here, and I think we'll get to this in the show, but it mentioned
Sturgefish?
Yeah, Sturgefish tweeting in. How about your real opinion on the Aaron Andrews verdict? Oh no, don't. It may be rated R.
Ha!
Let's start the show. And welcome into the Bullpen for the week of March 9th, 2016. What's up, gentlemen? What's wrong?
I'm having issues where I'm headbutting microphones, apparently.
Yeah, stop headbutting
Jeez.
microphones.
As you can see, Evan's here. Brandon's here. JP, Dan, back in the bullpen. We are just a few days shy of Selection Sunday. NFL free agency started today. Lots of big news. But first things first, let's get the administrative issues out of the way. Please do reach out to us at the Bullpen Pod. That's on Twitter and bullpenpodcast@gmail.com. You can email us your questions. JP's waiting for
And ask JP.
roster questions.
I mean, what if we don't pay
draft
rent?
choices.
Then will you care?
So please do get in touch with us if you can, when you can. 24 hours a day. We'll save your questions for our tapings at the Bullpen Pod on Twitter and bullpenpodcast@gmail.com. And go and click around our YouTube channel as well. All right. First things first, gentlemen. NFL free agency. Let's get into it a little bit. It was today. This is Wednesday the 9th. It was 1 p.m. Pacific. Is that right? I believe the free agency period opened. You've got no money in your wallet, and yet you're looking in there for money.
Well, you weren't a big spender.
I wasn't a big spender.
No. Let's get some early free agency impressions, guys. Not a lot of people moved in the last 24 hours.
Is this the first year that they've done that pre-negotiating period? Like they started it on Monday, and you were allowed to negotiate with guys who might hit free agency. I can't remember if that was the case in years past, but yeah, there was a ton of deals announced, like where it wasn't necessarily tampering, but you could talk to the guys and get deals.
Not if you're the Chiefs.
Well, clearly, but again, that was last year. They got hammered for it last year, so maybe this year they instituted this little tampering period where it was okay to do it. But
Andy Reid should have used them timeouts.
But it's been nuts. The salary cap went up $10 million, so guys are just getting ridiculous amounts of money. And I'm not saying like, hey, if someone's going to pay you that much, get it, take it. But like all these, I'd like to see how many of these contracts actually like end up finishing out, because a lot of them are probably front loaded.
Sure.
And they're going to be like, okay, well, I've got you for a couple years, and now you're really not worth the money that we were paying you, so I can drop you and save a few bucks.
I'm surprised one of our little pundits on the internet didn't compare this to NBA free agency. Seems like the same thing. People who didn't do very much got $1 gazillion to probably not do very much next year, but it's already too late. They signed the tender, so
yeah,
get in your bag.
I mean, you look at it, and you look at the teams that haven't done really anything. The Seahawks,
the Niners,
the Patriots. Okay, sans the Niners. But the Seahawks, Patriots, Steelers, Broncos, Panthers, Packers, they've all just kind of sat there because they don't. I mean, yeah, they may not have that many holes, but they've got holes to fill. They could probably sign some of these guys, but they don't do it because they build through the draft. So the free agency route may not be the greatest thing in the world. Like, yeah, the Raiders throwing all this money, getting these guys, Jaguars, the Giants. Like, but do you want to be like the San Diego Padres of a couple years ago where you won the offseason? Or do you actually want to win during the season? And I think that's why you need to have, instead of buying the big splashy guy, you need to buy the right guy.
And I think more teams are realizing, too, you really build by drafting well and getting those value guys later, like a Josh Norman, those kind of guys later in drafts who may even go undrafted and really step in and run your team.
Like, because I'm a pretty intense NFL fan, wouldn't you say?
I would say
yes.
But Kelechi Osemele and Damon Harrison, those are names that I didn't even know existed until like a couple days ago.
Oh.
And now they're getting like, $10-11 million a year. Like Malik Jackson, I knew of him. He got paid. Janoris Jenkins, yeah, he got paid.
Kelechi balled out, though. Even though his team didn't ball out, he balled out personally. Like his own stats, he had a great season. It only takes 1 year, so you shine.
That's the thing. They're capitalizing on the right year. It's like the Jamal Crawford method. When Jamal Crawford was signing all those 1 year deals and just balling out, and then he would get another one.
But he's also unguardable one-on-one. He's been the same guy on 11 teams in the NBA. But no, I feel it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just been, very interesting to see. And then like the mass exodus in Denver. Like,
yeah.
Some of the teams are doing. I like what the Jaguars are doing, but like you've got this mass. The Texans did really well.
Yeah.
At least on paper. Like you still got to see what comes of it. Getting
Brock
and Lamar Miller literally within like 5 minutes of each other.
I mean, they only got Brock so he could throw the ball to Jalen Strong, so it could be like college all over again.
Exactly.
But I get it.
They actually never played together in college.
No?
No. Jalen was post Brock.
Year right after Brock.
Yeah.
That's cool. They'll just get high together. That
Yeah,
works
There you
too.
go.
yeah. And order gigantic pizzas together.
Team bonding.
When's Demarius Randall getting traded to Houston?
Yeah.
I mean, Packers, if y'all don't want him, it's up in the air.
No, but I mean, the thing about the Broncos is that, hey, these guys all got the rings. So now it's like, hey,
Yeah.
all right,
No,
Now go get paid.
I got my
Get
chip.
in your bag.
Yeah.
your check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see Elway's jab though?
What do you say?
Well, it was essentially like we just want guys who want to be here.
Well, you kind of
that's
shafted
fine.
up Brock a bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no.
Broncos
I'm not hating on any of these guys for
benched
leaving.
the guy before the
Because
Super Bowl.
Malik Jackson wasn't going to get that kind of money from the Broncos.
No.
And if the Broncos really wanted to keep Osweiler, they were going to have to overpay for him because some other team was going to do it.
Right.
Because you see like guys like Bradford and Nick Foles are getting paid ridiculous amounts of money to play quarterback. Osweiler is essentially them or even better. Like, he deserves what he got, and if the Texans want to give it to him, by all means, get your money.
So who do you guys think Denver gets now at quarterback?
Yeah, it's a good question.
That was going to be the
RG3, like I said.
You think so?
I think the smart move.
He'll come for the lowest. And Kaepernick will ask for more.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick will ask for more too.
Yeah, he went to Harvard.
And you
so
have to
he's gonna
trade for
negotiate high.
Kaepernick. You'd have to trade for Kaepernick
Right.
too. So you have
If
to
So
give
you gotta
if
give
I'm
up.
the Niners, I get the house from Denver because
Sure.
know they.
Yeah.
You
what
mean you can
leverage
ask
they
for
have.
it?
Yeah, at least ask for it.
Yeah.
Get what you can out of them. But I think, were you going to say the smartest pick is?
The smartest pick would be Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I agree.
But he's
have
going
to
to
pay him
cost more.
$18 million.
I know he's going to cost more than RG3. I think if you're looking for a combo of both, I think you got to go with RG3. And then what they need to do is they also need to draft somebody too, not in the first round, but you need to draft like maybe a Connor Cook or a Hackenberg.
Why not a Dak Prescott?
Oh, I like that.
mean,
That would
they-
actually be a decent, like, Dak Prescott running the pistol.
I mean, because Kubiak loves those bootlegs.
Yeah.
So, winners and losers here, guys. Everybody just.
Off top, the biggest loser is the Dolphins. They're going to end up being the 76ers, where they're going to start telling us to trust the process. They gave
But they
up
signed-
picks for Maxwell
But
and
they didn't
Kiko
really,
Alonso.
They didn't give up they swapped first-round picks.
Right.
Okay,
That's
but,
all that happened there. And
But they got trash for giving up a pick.
So, but is there no value to Mario Williams signing there?
I
No.
think that sounds good, but then
yeah.
you talk about how he basically gave up the last part of the year.
Did you
at
see what they
Buffalo.
just gave away for $97,000 million to the Giants?
And then you're putting him with Ndamukong Suh on that same line. Yeah, it sounds great. But
Right.
in actuality, the effort could just
Who knows?
any given Sunday not be there.
Yeah.
Oliver Vernon won out of everybody. He won so bad.
Yeah, because he was transition tagged. Like, he
Right,
was going to
and
have
then
to
they
come
removed
back
it.
to the
And then-
Dolphins.
and then they took it
and
off.
They took it off. And then he was like faux going to the Jaguars. There's that report that ESPN ran with.
The fake-
The fake one. And then all of a sudden he signs this $52 million guaranteed. He had, 23 sacks over the last 2 years?
For $13 million more than the fake tweet was, so he really doubled up.
That's insane. Like, I'm not saying he's a terrible player, but man, the Giants, I think, are probably one of my biggest losers, just because you can't spend $200 million on a defense when Eli's still your quarterback and he's going to throw 15-plus picks.
But they have Vernon and Cameron Wake on the same side playing the same position, and he's a lot better than Cameron Wake, and they kept him. I mean, I wouldn't have paid him $58 million guaranteed, but you gave away the better player to keep a lesser player on a line that's still not sexy. So I feel like the Dolphins lost the most.
I think the Eagles lost in many ways, too. I mean, I know because essentially what they did is they traded away DeMarco Murray, Byron Maxwell, Kiko Alonso, and all you do is swap picks in the subsequent rounds. Like, they swapped 4th-round picks with the Titans, and they swapped 1st-round picks, which, yeah, you move up from 13 to 8, but still, you don't get anything else out of that other than, like, the cap relief. And you're basically saying, oh, yeah, we really screwed up letting Chip Kelly have control of this team, so you're blowing up this team and you're trying to rebuild again. Oh, and then you save that money and you give it to Bradford and Chase Daniel.
Chase Daniel got a 3-year cash out.
Chase Daniel might be one of the smartest guys on the face. He's just going to ride that backup quarterback job train. Like,
Flinning.
yeah, he's gonna play till he's 40, like Hasselbeck.
Well, Matt Flynn came out and tweeted right after the Osweiler
Yeah.
news broke. He was like, I'm not going to drop names, but some guys are getting overpaid. And again, he's probably just jealous.
Oh, sure.
Right, because
I wanted to think that tweet was sarcasm, but the punctuation
Oh, no.
made it seem like he was kind of serious. Like, hold up, bro.
Dead serious.
You were the first person to rob the bank
Right,
successfully.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
The replies were great.
Yeah.
The replies on that tweet were awesome.
I mean,
You were on Twitter?
I was watching, yeah. I watched a
Wow.
little bit of that, yeah.
Maybe you can get a House of Cards, too.
Yeah, maybe.
winner. I think I really was hoping the Jaguars were going to get Olivier, because that defensive line would have been really nasty if they got him. But I do like what the Jaguars are doing. I'm not saying they're going to win the offseason or anything like that, but I like what they did with Chris Ivory, Malik Jackson. I'm trying to think of who else I think actually won. I think the teams who kept their own players, I think, too.
How about a sneaky guy who changed teams? Kobe Fleener to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Saw that.
Kind of interesting, I think.
Hey,
That excited me in a fantasy perspective.
Hell nah.
Sure.
That's funny because I actually agree with the Liz Loza tweet, which never happens. But Kobe Fleener has his Madden rating for speed is probably like the high 80s, agility is probably in the high 80s, and awareness is like 46. Like he'll be running down the field and trip over a blade of grass and fumble. He'll be running into the end zone and run out of bounds. He's not. I wouldn't have cashed him out anything. That's just me, but
I'll do the Brad Evans early call on Fleener. I'll say 850 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns for Fleener next year.
All right.
The early fantasy football call.
He might get 4 because he'll end up running the wrong way on one of them or 2 of them.
Was he Jim Marshall?
Any big names left out there that we want to make
That's
a call
the thing,
on?
man. Like we were putting this rundown together yesterday, and I put all those names in there, and then all of a sudden they just started dropping like flies. I didn't think it was going to be.
If
that
Sean
crazy.
Smith goes to Oakland, the Raiders will win the offseason.
You think?
Corner?
Yeah.
Eric Weddle's out there. I mean, you got Russell Okung if he can stay healthy. Mukamara's Giants already spent enough on defense, obviously not coming back. It's going to be, I mean, the biggest move I think is going to be Colin Fitzpatrick. And then it's like, what is there a team that's going to take a chance on Arian Foster?
I was just looking at him, yeah.
Nah. He's kind of done, so.
No.
Yeah, it's amazing all these names that are signing, and then there's a bunch of these guys like Anquan Bolden still out there, Alden Smith,
BJ Raji out there.
That dude is just his
Boston
decline.
College's own.
Yeah, he was the number 9 pick or number 11 pick, something like that, which is nasty for. Yeah,
I kind of hope the Niners go get Ladarius Green for another tight end.
It don't matter who y'all got. Do you know who your coach is? It's a wrap.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see.
They could put you in the game, Dan. It still wouldn't work.
Dan can run the option.
Yeah.
Until Chip Kelly called a play that just got Dan totally annihilated for no reason in pure Chip Kelly fashion, and he just stares at Dan.
Have you ever seen Dan try to chase down his kid? Like he's got a little.
You'd have to give up all that coffee.
He's got a better Madden agility rating than Kobe Fleener.
Is that part of the combine? Stick Jaden in front of you and stick some piece of candy at the other end, and you can chase him down the fastest.
That'd be funny. I'd enjoy that.
We should tape that, Dan.
Yeah. Next year when we go cover the combine, we'll bring the little tyke and we'll have him do the combine.
We'll bring Jadon and Callan.
A question we had from a fan or from a listener, a good friend of ours, Adam. We mentioned this in the pre-show.
Wow.
He wants to talk Aaron Andrews because JP has some strong thoughts on this. Of course, Aaron Andrews awarded a $55 million settlement in her Peeping Tom lawsuit with the hotel and the defendant, who I don't remember who he is. Yeah. But anyway.
Like Barnett, something like that?
Yeah.
Who cares?
What do you guys think of this? $55 million is an awful lot of money for somebody who's widely successful. No, she will not get that much.
Well, because half of it has to come from him, and he ain't got $27 million.
He just got out of prison, so.
Yeah. I don't think. It's going to be tough
to trade.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to find a job first of all, and then It's
so Sturge wanted to know JP's thoughts on this.
Yeah, I'll let JP take it away.
I know you have some.
I'm just trying to figure out. Now, first and foremost, I put out a disclaimer, even though it don't matter to me. You could flame my mentions. The dude is wrong. Like, he 100% invaded her privacy, and he was convicted. He spent 2.5 years in prison for doing so. But first and foremost, she sued the dude. She didn't even really sue the dude. She sued the hotel for $75 million in damages. I'm trying to figure out what type of damages garner $75 million, because as Evan said, a lot of people on the internet said, a wrongful death suit in this country only yields you $3 million. We got cops killing people every day for no reason, and nobody gets cashed out. And you mean to tell me that somebody took a video of you through a peephole curling your hair without any draws on it, and you got $55 million? How are you damaged?
I don't think you can judge at all, obviously, the psychological effect it has on a woman now who every time she travels in a hotel room has to be fearful that someone could be watching her.
And I feel you on that, but how does throwing that much money at her fix that?
Well, I was going to get to the point that, again, the wrongful death thing, what is that? It's 18, 19 times a wrongful death suit payout.
Yeah.
Like, that's a problem with the system in that case. And I think that's what most people, I would think and hope that that's what most people's problems with this ruling is the system rather than the fact that she is getting a reward for what happened to her.
Yeah, I'm not against Erin Andrews. I really don't care. I'm just finding it funny how she got so much money for like a peeping tom when so many other people get $0 for probably worse peeping toms.
Things that happen are worse than that to some people, and nothing happens.
Like zero.
No charges are pressed. No lawsuits are filed. Nothing happens.
So that judge should be hung out to dry because that's egregious.
And as far as her future as a broadcaster, I assume she'll stay on, right?
this is
Where's
that's
she
the
gonna?
other
She
thing
doesn't
too.
need to.
This is my issue. So the defense, people got mad, but this is how court works. You know, you got to prove guilt.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, so you're at ESPN.
Yeah.
You came back. You got a bigger contract than the first time. You left ESPN, went to Fox, got a bigger contract than that time. But when she was being questioned by her squad, her squad, she said for 3 months, ESPN and Fox said that this was my fault. Like I was in cahoots with the dude. It was a publicity stunt. And I was like, yeah, but you went back to ESPN and got paid, and then you went to Fox and got double that. I was telling Evan, like, you took Pam Oliver's job on the A squad.
Yeah.
And that was way after this. So, like, you didn't lose any money. You got Dance with the Stars.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this case
No.
catapulted her.
Right.
But she's already wealthy.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the point?
Yeah. Just take the whole that out of the equation. Like, it didn't damage her career
At all. But she claimed that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is false.
I'm not saying what happened was right in any way, shape, or form, but again, you can't argue that it hurt her career.
She didn't lose. And then she went to 2 spots.
The only
she
thing
said,
that hurt her career was getting hooked up with Jarrett Stoll.
Oh.
Well, to your point, JP, from earlier this week when we talked about this, it's not like, and this remains to be seen, but it's not like she's going to turn around and do something with that money.
I just found it odd how in court you said that ESPN dogged you and Fox dogged you, but you didn't sue ESPN, you didn't sue Fox. Like, they both paid you, and one is currently still paying you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if somebody was egregious to you at a job spot and you thought that they embarrassed you or they slandered you, et cetera, why do you go back to work? Like, you signed right back to the man who you said smeared your name.
Right. I think to sum it all up, while you can't say something terrible happened to Erin Andrews, I think, and that will affect her forever, but I think how she turns around out of this and what she does with this because of it, I think a lot of people hope she could use this for the greater good.
Yeah. Use that money, maybe help. I don't know how you can set up a
Foundation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, women who are victims of domestic violence.
Yeah. Or who
stalkers,
who need
human trafficking,
like therapy to kind of get through being, just being so nervous when they're on the road.
Women who can't afford mental health.
Yeah.
Psychiatric care, something like that. I mean, do something with that money because most people don't need that kind of money.
Yeah.
Especially her.
Well, it's an exciting time of year. It is the NCAA tournament is on the horizon. Selection Sunday coming up in a few days. Should we make some picks here, guys? It doesn't. This is way too early NCAA picks right
I'm
now.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Here
I'm
it
not gonna say who's gonna win the tournament.
Are you gonna say? I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say Michigan State in the Elite Eight, aren't you?
No.
Okay.
That's a really bold prediction.
Okay. I was gonna say.
You really think that's bold? Because Tom Izzo is easily, unequivocally
that's why
the greatest
right, no,
postseason
yeah,
coach
no,
ever.
That's why I was like,
they could very
'cause
easily
he had
be in
that,
the final.
He had
Every
that look
single
on his
year.
face, like he was gonna jokingly say something that wasn't bold.
Sarcasm fun. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that it's only happened 3 times before in the tournament. I think no number 1 seeds make it to Houston for the Final Four. Last time that happened was 2011 when the UConn went on that big run with Kemba Walker. But no number 1s, I think, make it to the Final Four.
I can see the Jayhawks losing. I fully see Virginia losing because they don't score enough points. Nova's strong, though.
Nova was a 1 seed last year, lost in the round of 32.
I can see if North Carolina somehow gets a 1 seed, I can see them losing too.
This year's team, though, with Villanova, they have gunners. And then Michigan State will probably be a 1 seed, and it's very difficult to bet against Tom Izzo in the postseason. He's Flacco elite.
I feel like Villanova is a little bit like the Arizona Cardinals. I just can't take them seriously in the postseason.
I mean, they could get to the elite.
They can
Eight,
have a
Final Four,
great
and then
record,
lose.
but like I don't think they ever have that. I mean, they always have great teams, but they never have that one like superstar guy that can like really get them over the hump.
I don't disagree there. I want to see Oklahoma go all the way, but they're Jekyll Hyde. I just want to see Buddy Hield hold up the trophy.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be a really fun tournament.
If you look at 1 through 3
I
seeds,
think
they're
you're
all
going
the
to
same.
I think you're going to have a ton of, the 15s and the 14s and the 13s and the 12s and the 11s. I think you're going to have more of those. I mean, we've kind of seen a run on it the last couple of years. A lot of those
14s.
Yeah, a lot of those
especially.
upsets. But you might see even more than this year. So I think Evan's call about the no number 1 seeds might be pretty safe. That might be some easy money.
It's all about the matchups, though. So you could get in
That's
a
true.
bracket where your team matches up better than everyone.
Yeah.
And then you end up winning and playing a team that has no bigs, and you're big dominant, or playing a team that has terrible guards, and you have the best guards in the country.
Can I pose a quick question for our beloved sponsor?
Sure.
What happens to Iowa in the NIT?
Will the Iowa Hawkeyes make it to the
Sweet 16?
32?
Will they win a game?
Will they win a game? Because they've literally backed into this tournament.
Yeah, lost.
They've really played horribly. Every time they're on TV, I feel like I turn them on now, and I watch about 5 minutes, and I have to turn them off because they haven't hit a shot.
Yeah,
sorry, Andy, but
They've lost 4 or 5 coming into the Big Ten tournament. 3 of those 4
it
losses
is.
by 4 points or less.
Are they going to be like last 4 out?
No, they'll
No,
be
they're
in. They'll be
in.
in a good
They're
seat, but
safely
I think
in.
Brad's got him at 5.
Our buddy
Yeah.
Brad Evans has them at 5 on the big board.
Yeah.
If they're a 5, they're the 12-5 I'm picking, no doubt.
oh yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna look at the 12 seed, see which one I like.
Dang, Iowa's 20.
Northern Iowa. If they have to face Northern
Oh,
Iowa,
man.
ball game.
Battle
ball
of the core.
game.
Akron.
Over. Arkansas
UNC
over.
South Dakota State.
UNC Wilmington shoots a lot of threes, so they could easily get them.
You
get
guys,
hot.
you guys watch a lot more Pac-12 basketball than I do. I don't really watch any. Is Oregon a team that
Oregon
can make
is
it to the
so
final?
fun.
Can,
Oregon's
it,
good.
can
So
they be
fun.
in the final?
They're so freaky athletic,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they're not
and
the
they
best
can
shooters.
shoot. Well, they have a couple of their big guys can shoot though.
Their athleticism trumps everything. Their athleticism gets them out of trouble.
They run like gazelles up and down the court, and they try to just wear you out. And they are fun to watch.
Gazelles.
Yeah, if you can't, if for some reason you have to stay up late and you can't sleep or whatever, and the Pac-12 tournament's on, check
Pac-12
them out.
after dark.
Yeah, check them out.
So only one of us has a team in this tournament, and that would be Brandon, since he's a
Well,
North Carolina fan.
I mean,
oh, by the way,
yeah.
just so you guys are updated, San Jose State's losing 43-24 at halftime of the Mountain West tournament. So that's all
They
of
hold
our
that at
postseason
Circus,
play.
right?
They do. Yes, in with the amusement rides and everything.
they actually deal blackjack at half court.
Yep, that's perfect.
You have to go around it.
Hey, I'm just offering an update.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Close window.
Appreciate the update.
Okay,
I
well,
don't.
we'll see what happens. We have, JP's anti-San Jose State everything now,
Yeah.
which I can understand. All right, well, the Selection Sunday, we'll check back in probably heading into the Sweet 16?
Yeah.
The
Here's
second
hoping
weekend?
that Georgetown wins the Big East tournament. And,
Yeah,
John's
that's
bid.
possible. It is possible.
John Thompson III is toast.
Did the Sun Devils play in the Pac-12 tournament yet?
I think they play tonight.
They play tonight?
They played
They
tonight.
play tonight.
Thank you for coming.
Oregon State.
Sure.
Gary Payton II.
Yeah.
Oof.
In the wonderful world of soccer, our friend Neymar. Evan, what's going on here?
No, so it's an interesting thing that Barcelona played a La Liga match last week. They're up 5-1 and late in the match, excuse me. Neymar draws a yellow card as his 5th for the year.
On the pitch.
On the pitch. And that is worth a 1-game suspension. That suspension ended up meaning he didn't have to play in the match on Sunday against Eibar. But what it did allow him to do is to fly home from Barcelona all the way to Brazil to go to his sister's birthday party. So there's some speculation that he intentionally picked up yellow card to get the suspension so he could skip the game on Sunday and fly all the way home to be there for his familia. He
That's tight.
apparently, though,
Yeah.
Thug life.
according to the report, arranged with Messi, Andres Iniesta, Mascherano, and Busquets to do this and miss the match. The question is, fair or foul?
Man, that's fair. He rich. It don't matter.
Yeah. What was the final in that game he missed?
4-0 they won.
And they won the previous game that he got
5-1.
5-1
Over Ibar.
They haven't lost, like, they have what, a 30-31 game unbeaten streak right now. Who cares? I could play forward with that team right now and they could probably beat an average team 3-0. Like, they're insane. So yeah, if he orchestrated this all together, I mean, I think soccer has, like, the world of soccer has kind of different rules. If an American team did this, if it was like a football team or a basketball, they orchestrated, people would be up in arms. But it's soccer. Who cares? He's doing it for the family.
And the other benefit of it for Neymar and for Barcelona is that because he now picked up this 5th card in a suspension, it now resets his count.
Yep.
So there's no way he can get another suspension.
Yeah.
In
Why
time,
not be
possibly
suspended for the Ibar game?
for Real Madrid coming up
possible.
April 2nd.
There you go. Got to be ready for El Clasico.
All right, well played, I guess.
Yeah.
Neymar.
I say fair.
Boston College winless in the conference this year.
This was so sad.
This is
Why
sad.
are we talking about Boston College
no, hold
basketball?
on. They're 0-19 in the ACC, and this
They almost beat Carolina this year, by the way, too.
That's the only highlight of the season.
That was the game where
only
Roy
highlight.
Williams
But here's-
collapsed.
Okay, so and what exactly happened? He's in post-game press conference. I saw a video of this.
So they lose their conference tournament opener to go 0-19 in the year in the ACC.
Of course they did.
so good.
Right? Which actually, after the football team went 0-8 in the ACC this year. So BC hasn't won a men's game in conference all year long.
Baseball?
How's the baseball squad looking?
Fire everybody.
Pulling it up right now.
Not even close to conference probably yet. But anyway,
Jeez.
Dennis Clifford playing his last game. They lose to Florida State by 22. He gets asked after the game, what's the most memorable thing you're going to have in your time at BC? And he puts his head down. He starts crying, and he says, going out to eat.
The food.
Well, I mean, can you blame him?
Well, that's probably the best part of the year for him this year.
Yo, he's not going to give any booster money forever.
People are just like, oh.
Going out
fans.
to eat.
Those diehard fans
Not
that
my,
stuck
not my
with you.
teammates, not the girls. Just getting grub after these losses. Getting these calories. Replenishing.
It would have been funny if you went more specific and actually like told us what kind of food. Like if it was like, getting those Krispy Kreme donuts after a loss.
Dunkin' Donuts in Boston.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I feel like it's only funny because he wept.
He did. He was weeping.
Yeah, like,
actually
openly.
bawling.
He was
Like he wept and then said, going out to eat.
Poor guy.
You guys are terrible.
I mean, the internet
yes.
doesn't die, so he'll never live this down.
To answer the question, hilariously sad because it's really funny.
Yeah.
It is really
Yeah.
funny.
Cat really cried and said, going out to eat.
He will live in infamy now, though, too. So
That people will replay that
good for him.
over, going out to eat, over and over and over.
That's the best answer that he had, though.
That's all he could come up with. He sat there and thought about it for a long
That's what
time.
I'm saying. So he hates his teammates. He hates the women on campus. He doesn't love the fans. He don't even like his parents. He could have said, like, Mom watching me play in college is a childhood dream. Like, nope, don't like them either. He just hates life and loves dinner. Poor guy.
Who watched that Warrior game on
Oh
Sunday?
God.
The one that
Warriors Lakers.
the one that I watched it.
Wow.
Wow.
You would have thought those teams had the opposite records.
Yeah. I just thought that after that loss, do you think now that they should rethink this push for 73?
They should still go
They
for
have-
it, but the Lakers
Yeah.
showed how you can beat the Warriors, and I don't understand why more people don't do it, and that's attack Steph. Like, Steph isn't a phenomenal basketball player. His range starts from the house. But he plays some of the worst on-ball defense of any point guard ever. And
He
if you
plays that
attack
Steve
him,
Nash defense. He's just waiting to go on
Yeah.
offense.
but if you attack him and he gets tired, his shots don't fall in the fourth quarter, and that's exactly what they did. Huertas, like, come on, man, he was gunning at Steph. And then D'Angelo Russell gunned at him and like, all right, now you're tired. Now you're not able to carry the team. Now you guys lose. Damian Lillard, when he dropped the 51, 40 of those came on Steph. I don't understand why people are so enamored on the court by his play that they forget, like, it's still a game. We're in the competition. I mean, make him foul you. I mean, he's really bad at defense, like really bad. Yet nobody ever, even Russ, when they play the Thunder, like Russell, call for the ball and post him. Go old school Mark Jackson. Run at him. He has to foul you. It's how they play in the NBA. And nobody does it. So he's fresh in the fourth, or he doesn't have to play the fourth because he scored 50 in the third, and he gets to sit the fourth and like pick his nose and pass fake weed to Draymond. I mean, the team is great, but he's not indestructible, and on defense, he's terrible. So I think they should still go for it, though.
More people have been pointing this out on Twitter recently, the fact of how often he moves his pivot foot when he has the ball. Like,
he be traveling.
Out on the wing. Like, he sets his left foot down. He's got the ball kind of turned to his right.
And then
all of a
James
sudden
Brown
he just kinda,
shimmies.
like, shifts around forward and back and forward, and then he starts dribbling. It's like, it's just the NBA, though, what it is.
Oh, yeah.
But, sorry.
Not
off
as
topic.
blatant as that. What was it? Was it in that Lakers game, the double dribble, where Clarkson actually picked up his dribble
and then put the ball right back down?
And he was literally doing this for a couple, and then he jumped, and Clay wasn't even close to touching the ball, and they didn't call it, and so everybody stopped, and Clarkson just went in for an easy layup. But yeah, no, they should totally go for it if you can.
They have to go 17-3, and they got 3 matchups with the Spurs left. That means they really can't. Not that they're going to lose all those, but I'm just saying that it's not like it's a cakewalk.
Yeah.
I just wonder that you read different things on ESPN. They said, Curry's happy with the way that they're approaching this, which is the old take it one game at a time. But do you think Kerr should shut some of these guys down here?
Never.
At some point?
Well, if
Kerr wants the record twice.
Yeah. It depends on how it goes. If they lose a couple games here, like, and it's pretty much like out of reach, then yeah, you might want to shut them down. But the thing is, you also don't have the number 1 seed locked up either, because the Spurs are right there, like you said.
They're only 3 games back, right? So
with 3 games to play. So
who are we shutting down on a squad that seldomly plays in the fourth quarter? Who's
that's
tired?
true. Yeah, that's true. You got the bench guys.
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what the NBA does, because I feel like the jig is always up. So if they get close, are you going to let them get it? Or are we going to start seeing the calls? Like, that's a foul?
Is Donaghy going to get his job back? And
He might start placing bets early and hedge some of those and cash out. I think they'll get close. I don't think they'll get it, though.
Yeah.
Especially if Popovich doesn't become a troll and, sit down everybody. Well, Kawhi Leonard's sleepy, so he's not going to play tonight. Him or Tim Duncan. He's always doing some weird stuff like that, so we'll see.
yeah, go for it, Steve.
This week's edition of Ask JP, we did actually receive a question after a late call out from the man JP. This one comes from our good friend Lawrence. Surprise, surprise, Lawrence. Thanks for chiming in. This one a little bit different, and JP, you'll have to explain some of this to me, as I don't know anything about this.
Right?
Please tell us the story on how you got at Shanka B_B to like one of your Instagram photos. And for those of you watching on YouTube, you can see this is her Instagram page.
I was going to say, whose Instagram page are you guys looking at?
This is her Instagram page.
Because you're not on Messenger, so I couldn't
She's
send it
got
to you.
almost 29,000 followers on Instagram,
Wow.
but she liked one of JP's photos.
Oh,
So
snap.
JP, tell us about it.
JP, yeah.
Maybe she has some sort of affection to Boy Scouts or Scoutmasters, because the random photo that she chose was of me and my dad from like the Black History Parade in Santa Ana.
Yeah.
What
From,
else
like-
is hashtagged in that photo?
Nothing. It's just Black History Month with the
This
Black
girl
Power
is
fist.
looking up random searches for Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Or Black History Month.
We need to report this immediately.
Yeah, it had to be. It had to
And
be
then
Black History
and then
Month.
you can sue for $55 million in damages.
Yeah, for damages, man. Because my Twitter and Instagram's been in shambles, and I feel like I have PTSD. I'm not able to work. I'm not able
My
to
phone
edit.
keeps vibrating. I keep getting mentions. I don't know what to do. It just keeps going off.
Yeah, this one is funny. She's very, very much internet famous. As Lawrence knows and the internet knows, this is probably a part of Shoot Your Shot 2K16.
Attaboy.
Because we out here shooting all jumpers. I'm out here with the James Harden unconscious shot.
You're shooting Steph Curry from half court.
Yeah.
If you're making
That's
this.
crazy. That is great. Well, so there's your answer. We don't know why, but good for you. Good for you, JP.
Yeah, congrats.
I mean, it's still just, see, that's the thing.
JP gets a lot of likes on his Instagram
We
posts,
put-
even if it's not from famous people.
Nah.
Yeah, you do.
we put
Internet famous.
we
You
put
get at least like what, 50 likes a spot?
maybe.
See, I just get happy when I get to like 11 and I don't see the people's names underneath there.
Wow.
And it just says like 11 likes.
I can't tell who liked it. Yes.
You got to post more. I think that's what it is. How many? I have 496 posts.
Okay, yeah,
So
I
the
don't
more
have that many.
It's like Twitter. I be trying to tell Dan, the more you tweet, the easier
Okay.
it is.
By the
Gotcha.
way, if you're out there and you need a social media manager for
Yeah.
your JP is the guy.
I
Go
got
right
you.
to him.
But she's a woman. She's still like a regular woman. So I feel like the more people put celebrities or famous people on pedestals, the more difficult it gets to like attain, I don't know, interaction with said people.
Uh-huh.
So I watch Hitch multiple times, man. Will Smith should have taught everybody, like, look, anybody can have anybody they want. You just gotta, play your cards right. And Jordan said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if you take a Hitch and Jordan and you
I
combine
believe
the
that was
two,
Gretzky.
That was Wayne Gretzky.
That was Wayne Gretzky. But close enough. It was the same thing, but
wait, so Jordan is taking credit for a Gretzky quote?
Probably.
That's why Jordan the basketball goat. So if you take Jordan, okay, and you mix MJ with a little bit of Hitch, I feel like the world is your oyster. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, if you would like something, you should just approach it and hope for the best outcome.
I'm loving watching him tiptoe around what he really wants to say.
He's not trying to offend political connect still.
No.
But everybody should go to Instagram, okay? SHANKA_B. And maybe like a few of her photos and see what happens. I'm sure the outcome will be delightful for everyone.
Your shot.
Shoot your shot, 2016. All right, this week's 2-minute drill. 4 questions, 2 minutes, guys. Some things that's going on this week. We'll touch on those real quick. And should we start the clock? Somebody want to start it? I'll start it.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Start the clock. All right, Holly Holm loses this weekend. Now, the question is, does Rousey need to beat Holm before she can go after Tate? JP, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, man, she needs to get knocked out again and retired first. You're not just going to come out of fake retirement with your new reconstructed face and fight for the belt because you already beat up the chick twice. She has to fight Holly Holm, and if she somehow gets past her on her feet, then she can fight for her title again.
She should, but she won't because they only fight about once every 3 months. 200 is in July. Not enough time.
Think it'll be Rousey Tate?
I hope they should, but because we've already seen Rousey Tate a couple of times and Rousey's won both of them.
Easily.
Yeah, so I think I think that's the reason she needs to be home to get her shot.
Calvin Johnson retires this week. Do you think he'll be back in the NFL at some point, guys?
Negative.
Nope.
Not going to return.
Only in Canton.
Yep.
All right, NBA.
You heard that, Florio? Hall of Fame.
NBA, who's the bigger dark horse here in the West, the Clippers or the Thunder? This is a question posed by the Bleacher Report.
Dark horse.
I mean, who's more likely to go farther? I guess.
Thunder.
Oh.
Thunder.
The Clippers. Well, I hate the Thunder, okay, because of you, okay? Because every time...
Russ had the best game ever, by the way, right after we taped that.
Because we get into crunch time and you forget that you need to defer to the star that is Durant, and then you make some type of random play and throw a ball off the backboard, and the other team runs up the court and scores and loses. 2 times they had the Warriors in the crosshairs, and what happened? Russ lost the game.
I'm all about my Jordan commercial.
Maria Sharapova fails a drug test she announced this week at the Australian Open. Do you believe her when she says she didn't look at the banned substance list?
Hell
don't believe
Hell
anybody.
no. She was mad that Serena kept whooping her ass. Okay, so then she resorted to performance enhancers and still got taxed. Okay, so she's going to get suspended for 2 or 4 years. She might as well retire because she'll never beat the GOAT. So I feel like the media needs to just tell the truth. Like, look, you never beat Serena. Okay, you took some performance enhancers. She still whooped your ass. And now you need to gracefully bow out forever.
The 2 best things of that press conference, one were where she took a shot at the carpet in the hotel conference room. And
great.
2 is what caught me was the similarity to the Tiger Woods press conference when he announced, he had the affairs after England. He was standing in front of that navy curtain. She was just standing in front of that nasty tan curtain. It just had the exact same feel to it. It was dirty.
Maybe they have the same PR squad. I would have picked
Which is none.
a nicer place to retire with better carpet.
That's a pretty good impression.
That was a really good impression.
Oh, it was amazing. I just saw this, but did you guys see this T-Pain tweet here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I threw that one in there because, one, I'm a huge T-Pain fan, but this is making me
Who
question
doesn't
it
love
a little bit.
I'm on a boat?
He tweeted out
I'm on a boat.
on, I guess this was Sunday. He said, MF's trying to tell me I'm the wrong one because I eat burritos sideways. I'm not going to be part of your liberal society because what? The question is, what direction is he eating? Like, what
How
does
do
he mean
you
by
finish
sideways?
the burrito?
Well, the first reply here is a dude who took a bite out of the middle of his burrito.
yeah.
Why?
Anyway, okay.
I mean, T-Pain from South Florida, so you kind of got to understand where he's coming from. Yeah. Maybe he
And
was.
you split it and then go after
See,
it?
then it's exactly what you just said. Now, what else is built like that?
Oh, man.
Well, why you think T-Pain did that?
Oh, that's funny.
Man. I didn't even think about that. And I have a dirty mind.
That was obvious. That's why I was telling people don't
Why
hate.
does it make it a liberal society? Because we eat does he eat hot dogs from the middle?
I don't know if he messes with pork, but I know why he did the burrito like that.
He probably doesn't eat hot dogs because of what it actually
Yeah.
signifies. That.
Does he eat a banana just straight in the middle?
He
Or
probably,
does
he probably has,
slices it up?
he has to slice it like it's an
Maybe that's what he does with the hot dogs too. He slices the hot dogs,
Like
throws them in. Like,
like an acai bowl.
oh, there you go.
So he's got to add other ingredients. But I know exactly why he ate the burrito like that.
Wow.
Well, yeah. The question here was fair or foul. I don't know.
I think it's foul.
I think it's pretty funny,
I
actually.
think it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty fair. I'm not one to judge. So because T-Pain is a legend.
I'm never eating a burrito again.
That's it. I'll think about it. The
Done.
next time I open a
Done.
Chipotle burrito, I'll be like, oh.
I mean, normally.
well, I'm not
T-Pain-
going to Chipotle anyway.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, you should never. Do you want to die?
No.
That's Russian roulette with your life right there.
Basically.
I haven't been to Chipotle in like a year.
Good.
Yeah.
It should be longer.
Can I admit something?
Uh-oh.
I've been there probably 3 or 4 times since the outbreak. I've had no problems.
He's feeling good. Look at him.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this now. I'm not going to A+ funeral. I will not be in
Yes, you'll be
attendance.
there.
Evan Doherty, who
What
died,
we're gonna do is
who died of E. coli. Like,
we're
nope.
gonna take those Chipotle stickers that they give out. and We're just gonna slap them on his tombstone. When
Burrito bowls for everybody.
Just like this.
This is Denzel. Reggie Reg. To go back to what we were talking about.
oh, I was like, where did we go?
This is the SNL sketch, right?
No, this is a guy giving.
Oh, he's the guy.
Which seems to be the problem. Problem is, man, I didn't get no hot sauce and no mild sauce, dog. Can you help me out? Get any hot sauce and mild sauce is what you telling me?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
No hot sauce and mild sauce? I tell you what, let's see what's in the bag. Whoa. You got 6 pieces of wings, you got fries, you got bread, you got coleslaw. You don't have no hot sauce.
That's good.
That's nice.
That's really good.
I'm gonna go in the back, all right? I'm gonna go in the back. If the receipt says you didn't get any hot sauce or mild sauce, I'm guaranteed to go in my pocket and pay you back your money, my dog.
That's pretty good.
That's the best Denzel impersonation ever.
What was the name? Reggie Reg?
Yep, from the Bad Boys of Comedy. Diddy threw this comedy show like 2 weekends in Brooklyn, and he had all the big names. But this dude is still only famous for this.
This one.
Like, this is
Denzel
his
impression?
spiel. Like,
Hey.
he literally is off the set right after he does the Denzel. He does Morgan Freeman, which is easy. Mr. Sims, put the locks on the door, Mr. Sims. You never seen. I know Dan never seen Lean on Me.
Yeah.
And then he does Chris Rock. He does Chris Rock.
Just
Yeah.
completely
No,
dismisses it.
JP, I have. I've seen it.
And then he
JP.
does Bernie Mac. The Bernie was pretty funny. It's like, I think the Chris Rock was the funniest part of this one. He say, hot damn. It was old Chris Rock, not Chris Rock now. Have you guys seen Cat Williams lately?
He's having a rough go of it.
Dude tried to kill a dude.
He's having a rough go of it.
And now he's pitching to have a comedy fest with himself, Dave Chappelle, and Kevin Hart in L.A. at the Staples Center.
Wow.
And supposedly it's sold out.
I can see that, though.
Yeah, big names, and people may not be following what's going on in the news.
Yes. That part of it.
Yeah, I feel like he's lost a lot of his marbles.
Yeah.
All right, winding down here. This week's
Yeah.
random shot, St. Patrick's Day is coming
JP
up.
back on the gram.
Yep. Get back on it.
Wait, so one quick question. Is St. Patrick's Day still on? Because after what happened to Conor McGregor, did St. Patrick's Day die?
Oh, bum, bum, bum.
Where are the Irish people at?
I
Y'all
think
still celebrating, or is
did
it
it
still?
get officially canceled?
It is not canceled. I could speak for all Irish
Oh,
people.
yeah,
Are we,
right,
are, we
right.
drink-
Doherty.
are we drinking Irish tears?
Wow. Did you get your
Whiskey.
Did you get your Irish tears delivered to you in the mail? Like all Irish people probably did.
Because boy, did he not back up none of that talk. So we got Rousey, you got Manny PP, you got McGregor, Amir Khan, all these people that done said bad stuff about Floyd and then got knocked out or choked out.
Is he like the Sports Illustrated jinx?
You should probably leave Mayweather name out your mouth before a big fight because bad things happen.
So you don't put into it at all the fact that he went up 2 weight classes. Like that doesn't matter at all.
Nah. He bit off more than he could chew. Whose fault is that?
Yeah, he could have said no. Like it's
He could have gone
yeah.
up 1 weight class. And
Yeah.
like, oh, no, I'm going up 2 and I'm taking Dos Anjos belt. Like, oh, okay. And then you talked about his country, and then you called, called Diaz a Catholic gangster and all this other nonsense.
Yeah.
And you threw some punches in the first round, and it was looking real strong. And then all of a sudden,
Wah, wah.
you were sprawling and on your back, and then you were tapping for life. And then they panned the crowd, and all the little Irish people had their flags and was wiping their face. Oh, man. And he got cooked with a crying Jordan face on Twitter.
God, has that guy gotten his money yet for that?
That'll be in court for a while.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh,
Dan,
it doesn't even
why
matter.
don't you go back
it doesn't
to
even matter. Good stuff.
that? Gonna be
Good
it?
stuff. Yeah, let's
Okay.
wrap
All
it
right.
up.
No random shot.
Let's wrap it up.
That's the random shot.
That was the random
JP
shot, JP.
Taking a random shot
This
at
could be random.
McGregor. What do you got now?
no JP
Same thing.
still
Still on
still cruising the gram.
All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Bullpen Podcast. Please do keep in touch with us in the next couple of weeks. We will be off next week during the tournament for the first week of the tournament,
yeah.
but we'll check back in before we hit the Sweet 16.
Right before I go on the cruise.
That's right. Where are we going on the cruise again?
We're going to the Western Gulf of Mexico
This with the fam?
with the fam and the girlfriend.
Ooh.
Whole fan
Oh,
family.
we're taking the sand to the beach. Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that before you take off, I'm sure.
Super.
And thanks for tuning into this edition of the Bullpen. Wow.
Shoot your
The
shot.
silent exit is the first time.
That's how you need to end it right there.
Ooh, hi.
Hi.